we are the most pivotal point in the season, right? The point in the season where trophies are being handed out. We just got to do the job, right? We got to do the job against Fulham tomorrow. We got to find a way to win the games, right? We got to dig in. We got to find goals, right? The importance of this game cannot absolutely be understated. You think about the schedule, right? Right now, this is gonna be our worst, one of our worst schedule of the season. We've had maybe since December, we've had games every 2 days, 3 days, right? And if we can navigate the next 10 days, right, we can finally have a whole week preparation for every game till the end of the season. Versus Man City, have had a lot of rest comparatively, but they're gonna eat maybe a week of 10 days where they have 3 or 4 games within 11 to 12 days, right? Where they have to rotate. So the question right now for Mikel Arteta that he needs to answer is, what do you do in terms of selection, right? On the injury front, Jurgen Timber is not back. He's been seeing a specialist according to Andy Vozio, and the injury is a persistent groin issue. You know, groin issue, they're scandalous. They're one of the worst injury when it comes to management in football because it could be 2 weeks to 3 months, right? You can't predict because it flares up, right? You get on the pitch, you've done all the preparation, you think you're LD, you get on the pitch, you play 5 minutes, you're holding your groin, right? So it's not exactly the, the most predictive injury in the world in terms of when do you come back. So we don't have Urine back. Question is, do you start Mosquera or you play Benjamin White, right? We want to attack. So what do we need to do to get goals? Right, but also Benjamin White has been defensively suspect in multiple games this season. Southampton, Manchester City, during the Carabao Cup final, like the game against Atleti, so many games, right? Since he got back, he's not at his imperious best, right? Same thing. You talk about Martin Odegaard, came off injured with the same knee injury that's been persistent throughout the season. Now we've had to get a specialist in, according to was it Sammy Mogbell. We're getting a specialist in from outside to come review why are we having this persistent injury issues. Bukayo Saka, not Madueke, right? Think about Kai Havertz. It's probably played like 10 games in the last 1.5 years, right? Multiple players during Timber. He's gonna come back in a week, 2 weeks, he's not back, it's pretty persistent. Kai Havertz is also gonna miss out. Martin Odegaard is still tentative. Ateta said he may, whatever. I don't think he's gonna play. Knee injuries are absolutely notorious. It's not something that you mess with. Havertz, Mikel said he can come back on Tuesday, so he's discounted away from this game. So let's talk about starting 11, right? Ideal starting 11 is, can you get 60 minutes out of Bukayo Saka, right? So front three for me will be Bukayo Saka, Gyökeres, and maybe Trossard, right? Technical security. Trossard hasn't scored a goal in like 20 something games, but I don't know. Where's the goals gonna come from? The midfield partnership, can we get 60 minutes out of Eberechi Eze? Or can Max Dalman start and we bring Eberechi Eze in the second half? Is that something that we want to do? If you're going to have to start Max Dalman, that means Rice and Zubimendi has to play. This is the problem. This is the conundrum we're in right now. All the senior players that are supposed to be available at this point in the season, they're falling down, right? They're not LD. So can we risk starting Max Dalman, pair him with Rice and Zubimendi? You're asking Dalman to play in between the lines to be, I don't think he's a passer, he's more of a dribbler and a ball carrier than a passer of the ball. And I'm not particularly sure about his ball striking ability compared to the like of Eze. But this is what we have, right? And if we go with Zubimendi Rice, these guys have played an insane amount of games, and we have a tough schedule coming up, right? We're gonna play Atletico Madrid, fine. We don't have to travel. It's gonna be at the Emirates in another 2 days. Then we go play I think West Ham away on Sunday. So we might have a little more time there. But the question is, the Mikel needs to be brave and make some key decisions in this game. Like our season could be over in the next 2 games, right? If we lose against Fulham and lose against Atleti, but I've lost the league and the Champions League. So Mikel, you gotta dig deep. You gotta find a way to motivate these players. I know they are tens. I know there's a lot of mental pressure. This is one of the biggest pressure you can have in football, right? a club the size of Arsenal with the level of investment in the team, plus the fact that they've come second 3 years consecutively, right? It's crazy, right? It's the fans are broken. Like the Emirates is very, very difficult right now to play in. Like you talk about the Bournemouth game, right? Every game at the Emirates is like there's so much pressure. I thought maybe if we score early, right, the fans are gonna get up and the players are gonna get up. But no, when we scored early against Newcastle, he had the opposite effect, right? Because we're playing so well. The first after the first chance from Osula from Newcastle when he missed, we controlled the next 20 minutes, 25 minutes. We scored. And then we went flat, right? The fans went flat. The fights were biting their nails. You got to find some energy. And I'm not criticizing the fans. I'm under pressure. So these games are very, very difficult to negotiate, very, very difficult to give that full support because there's so much tension. The kind of problem that Manchester City don't have, right? The players are able to play freely. The fans, they have muscle memory of winning before, and they just stay with the players even through the tough situations, and they just keep going. We don't have that luxury. So either the players need to score two early goals tomorrow, goals, guys, against Fulham, so that the fans can be encouraged and the atmosphere can be a little better, not so tense in the last 15, 10 minutes. We're struggling. We can't get out of our box. We're clearing balls that we could pass. We're not controlling the ball. We're not looking up when we could counter. The things that we're experiencing right now are not just football. It's pressure, it's tension, right? We gotta find the goals. Bukayo Saka, 60 minutes. Get us two goals. I know you haven't scored a lot of goals this season. Gyökeres, can you be the player that we signed, the market signing that's supposed to push us over the line? Iberichi Eze, how much do you have in you? How much can you give us, right? So these are key questions. Juggling the squad with all the injuries, with all the tension, everything that is negative has happened simultaneously in the last few months. So we got to find something. We got to find our second wind, right? And just get it done, right? If we can get it done this season, the fans are going to be a little bit more relaxed. The players can play better. I just think the sky is the limit. This is the test, right? If you're talking about test, this is the level, right? These players, can you read and find that level, right? Find that level of consistency of passing, your performance, taking some risk, taking some initiative, get the fans on your side and let them drag them along, and the fans are gonna follow you. So find that level that I think you have. Declan Rice. I don't know what's going on with this captain's armband thing. I think maybe Declan Rice may be the captain next season. I just have the feeling that something has changed, but find that level, right? You want to be the player of the year, find the level. Iberichi Eze, you're bought for these occasions. Bukayo Saka, you got to give us something, bro. You've been an incredible servant to the club and we love you, but you got to get us something. Get us over the line. Mikel, find it, right? So I can only encourage the boys and I'll be giving them my support whilst watching the game tomorrow. If you've been here with me so far, like the video, subscribe to the content, and come on, you Gunners. Bye.